He is a scene stealer, and he couldn't stand that he couldn't steal a scene from Jim Carrey.
Nobody.
Where the hell?
What happened?
A page of my notes is missing.
Oh, well.
I'm not kidding.
Well.
A full page is missing. Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Pause it for a sec. Sorry about that, folks.
We run a tight ship here.
Yeah, clearly. One of my pages was literally on the floor. Sorry. It happens. We're a couple of yahoos talking on the phone. Who gives a shit? Recently, Carey later acknowledged Jones was not friendly to him, whispering to him once off-set during the production, "I hate you. I really don't like you. I cannot sanction your buffoonery."
That is the greatest line I have ever heard in my entire life.
Which is
the
fucking...
fact that someone used the word buffoonery unironically.
Yeah. The best part about it is he was buffooned up too. Like, both of them were fucking...
Yeah, Tommy, that entire film is you...
Yeah, it was you trying to be Jim Carrey, and the whole idea is you should have been the exact opposite.
Because that's why you were hired.
Mm-hmm.
We already have a crazy man.
Yeah.
We need you to kind of play it straight a bit, and then you can go crazy a little bit, because again, you're Two-Face, you can do both.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to when we talk about
you
the
were
movie,
completely Two-Face, you were never Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Well, once.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Well, twice, actually.
Kind of, yeah. Batman's costume was redesigned along the lines of the MTV organic, edgier feel to the suit. Here we go. Joel Schumacher's decision to put nipples and enlarged codpieces on the Bat costumes, as well as earrings on Robin, caused controversy. I don't remember hearing anything about earrings, but that's cool.
Is it fucking whatever, young adult or whatever?
It even bothered Batman creator Bob Kane.
Well, who is 106 at this point?
Yeah.
Earrings on a boy!
Yeah,
Jesus!
It was weird. Schumacher said he wanted the costumes to have an anatomic look, while the earring was supposed to make Robin more hip.
Which is the point. The mid-90s? No, 90s wouldn't...
Nobody cared about earrings in the 90s.
I guess.
80s was when it was a thing.
Yeah.
Because in the 80s, all through the 80s, I wanted my fucking ear pierced. My parents wouldn't let me. I literally didn't get the ones I have until fucking 2001. Because you just don't do what your parents don't tell you. And then I got lazy. He also claimed that the basis for the Batman and Robin suits came from statues of the gods in the ancient Greece. That's why they have nipples, because they're supposed to be statues. Still fucking stupid, Joel.
Whatever.
A new Batmobile was designed for Batman Forever, with 2 cars being constructed, one for stunt purposes and one for close-ups. Swiss surrealist painter H.R. Giger, who is responsible for the design of the Xenomorph alien...
Which is great,
so
I don't...
provided his version of the Batmobile, but it was considered too sinister for the film. If you've ever seen this thing, if you think this one looks like a penis, and it does, the other one looked like 2 penises put together. I'm not kidding. It was fucking weird.
Double panus.
We actually got the better one in this one. However, this Batmobile, I never noticed it until now, is just a penis. It is a penis with bat wings. I never noticed that until watching this now. I'm laughing my ass off every time I looked at it. Because it's
veiny.
It's a glowy, veiny penis. Which makes me like it a little bit more. I ain't gonna lie. It's hilarious that way.
I get it. Inherently, the Batmobile in all of its iterations is
slightly
phallic.
penisy.
I mean...
no. The current...
Except for the Tumbler.
Well, the Dark Knight
I don't consider that a Batmobile. I never did. It's a Tumbler.
Mm-hmm. I agree, but there are other Batmobiles that don't look penisy. It does exist in the comics.
Oh, sure, in the comics, yeah. But I'm saying,
it's always, generally, in
the one in the animated series.
As far as media terms, it's always like a long penis, basically, yeah. The Batmobile was usually driven by stunt drivers, but Chris O'Donnell insisted on driving it himself in the joyride scene.
Young and dumb.
He crashed it into a curb and dented the fender.
Good job, thank you.
Good job, buddy. Here's where we get to the point where I talk about how, and you may not think about it now and notice it. The original cut of the film was actually more dark, and the final product had a running time of 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Ooh.
Some, not all the cut footage, contains this. There was an undercurrent theme involving Bruce having repressed memories of an aspect of his parents' death that he hadn't faced. which was finding his father's diary on the night of his parents' wake and reading that. Bruce insisted his parents go to the theater so he could watch one of the shows, meaning the reasons he became Batman was out of guilt that he was responsible for their deaths. The book is mentioned in the movie and shown, but we never see what's in it.
Well, he just offhand mentions it was my father's diary.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But
that's it.
It's supposed to have a through line,
yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense, and I hope I get to it here. If not, I'll explain it in a minute. Yeah, actually, I do. Okay. This is not all the cut footage. I do have a significant amount of it, but it's actually not all of it. There's a fucking metric ton, so bear with me here. Scene where where Arkham Doctor Burton, get it?
Do you get it?
Yeah.
He has wavy black hair, and his name's Dr. Burton.
When he discovers Two-Face's escape, encountering his psychologist hanged in Two-Face's cell, with "The Bat Must Die" written in blood on the wall. This was supposed to be the film's opening scene, but producers decided it was far too dark for a family audience. The scene appears in the comic adaptation and the novelization. You see, Tim? You don't put shit like that in a kid's movie. Anyway.
But they were gonna.
No, they weren't. There's no fucking way that would have lasted. They just filmed it because they're like, yeah, it's not going to happen. One scene right before Riddler and Two-Face team up featured a little conversation with Dick and Bruce in the gym of the manor. This would explain why Dick suddenly has martial arts training.
Kung Fu Laundry.
We'll get to that shit.
We'll get there.
Several scenes with Two-Face and others condemning Bruce for being a killer. A direct reference to Batman and Batman Returns, with footage of Catwoman's death scene being shown, helping Bruce make the decision to give up being Batman. That would have been helpful.
Death scene, though, she wasn't...
Yeah, I don't know. But I think the scene where she died, although he wasn't responsible for that, so I'm not quite sure. Maybe it would have been one of the times the time he knocked her off the building, but that didn't seem like that was his fault, but whatever. But they do kind of reference the fact that he is bad, but they never say why. And it's kind of like... The whole idea is they're just giving him shit for being a killer.
It also wouldn't work because in this film, other than, I guess, the end... Mm-hmm. He actively avoids not killing people.
Yeah, although he actively kills Two-Face, so I don't understand that point. But the whole idea, and he does, and it helps in the conversation with Robin, Dick, because he's not Robin yet, where he's just like, killing him won't help. Because presumably he's already killed the guy who killed his parents.
Yeah.
But this is the one that sort of points it out. And it's a little long, so I will speed up as quick as I can. Bruce waking up after being shot in the head by Two-Face, temporarily forgetting his origin and his life as the Dark Knight. Alfred takes him to the Batcave, which has been destroyed by the Riddler. They stand on the platform where the Batmobile was, and Alfred says, "Funny, they did not know about the cave beneath the cave." The platform then rotates downward on another level where the sonar modification equipment is kept from the special bathsuit to the high-tech weaponry. Bruce then discovers the cavern where he first saw the giant bat that inspired him to become the Batman. Inside, he finds his father's red diary he had dropped when he first fell into the Batcave after his parents' death. He reads the entry about him insisting his parents take him to the theater to see a show that same night they were killed. He realizes he had misread it, and his father had written enough, even though Bruce insists he wanted to see Zorro, so his show will have to wait until next week. Bruce realizes his parents' death was not his fault after all. The giant bat then appears, and Bruce raises his arms to match the wing anatomy of the bat, and the shot shows that they are one. Bruce now remembers who he is and goes with Alfred to solve the riddles left throughout the film. Screenwriter Akiva Goldsman admitted the scene was very theatrical on the special edition DVD and felt it would have made a difference in the final cut.
You don't need any of that, by the way.
Not really. It does help, but again, if you're going to take out all of the other stuff, then it's kind of pointless. Yeah. However, if you watch the flick, there are so many times where he's unconscious or sleeping or something like that, and the camera pans in to him, goes black, and pulls out. Those were all of those extra scenes that were supposed to happen where he's reading the diary and shit.
Also, that diary wouldn't have been there all these years if he cared about it so much. Once he got pulled out of said hole, he would have had the book with him.
Yeah.
Because it would have been his last connection to his father.
Yeah, you would think.
But whatever.
Also, the original final shot was more like the other two, with Batman standing on a building, staring at a bat signal, quickly joined by Robin. I kind
of like the cheesy run at the end.
Mm-hmm. There was talk of an extended cut being released to DVD for the film's 10th anniversary in 2005. While all previous films were given special edition DVD and Blu-ray, none were extended cuts. So, the music. Elliot Goldenthal was hired by Schumacher to compose the film score before the screenplay was written. In discussions with Schumacher, the director wanted Goldenthal to avoid taking inspiration from Danny Elfman and requested an original composition. The film's promotional teaser trailer used the main title theme from Elfman's score for the 1989 Batman. The soundtrack was commercially successful, selling almost as many copies as Prince's soundtrack to the 1989 Batman film. Only 5 songs on the soundtrack were actually featured in the movie. Hit singles from the soundtrack include Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me by U2 and Kiss from a Rose by Seal, both of which were nominated for MTV Movie Awards. By the way, it's a fantastic fucking soundtrack.
Yep.
Top to bottom, great. Kiss from a Rose, whose video was also directed by Joel Schumacher, reached number 1 in the US charts as well. The soundtrack itself, featuring additional songs by the Flaming Lips, Brandy, both songs included in the film, Method Man, Nick Cave, Michael Hutchence of INXS, PJ Harvey, and Massive Attack, was an attempt to, in producer Peter McGruver Scott's words, make the film more pop.
Nick Cave would have been far more suited for Batman Returns.
Agreed. Although the song kind of works, and Method Man's Riddler is dope. Just go find it. It's awesome. Schumacher attempted to create a cameo role for Bono as his Mephisto character, but both came to agree it was not suitable for the film.
Hey, Batman!
I mean, I'm not.
I don't know if his character was Irish too.
I have no fucking clue. I'm not a big U2 fan, so I don't.
Like, he just comes in swinging in fucking diddly-dee potatoes and like all that and Lucky Stars and.
Might want to watch that. We have a big international following, so I don't know. We might have some Irish people listening.
Fuck it, I'm Irish. I'm always so good. Fine.
Well, so am I. That doesn't mean I do it well. That's all right. Fuck it. People are making fun of our accents too. I'm sorry. Legacy. The lightened tone was a success, with the film earning more than Batman Returns. However, most critics slammed the movie, calling it loud, excessively busy, and often boring. Although praise was heaped on the performances of Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones. I don't understand the latter one.
You were right about one.
Yeah. Siskel and Ebert gave the film mixed reviews, with Siskel giving it thumbs up, but Ebert thumbs down. While Ebert writing, is the movie better entertainment? Well, it's great bubblegum for the eyes. Younger children will be able to process it more easily. Some kids were led bawling from Batman Returns, where the PG-13 rating was a joke. I'm not sure what that means.
Hey, man, it's a kids' movie, so if the kids are happy, success.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. I don't want to harp on it too much, but I don't understand the criticism of a kids' movie that it's a kids' movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't get much out of it. You're not the demo.
One of the things that bothered me was they were talking, the Nostalgia Critic, the YouTube reviewer, we're both fans of. He did Batman Forever, I don't know, a couple years back, and he did something that made me go, wait, what? Where he talked about the fact that, like, the name Edward Nygma is stupid. And he's right, because that's actually not the character's name. The character's name generally is Edward Nashton, but he uses the name Edward Nygma because Enigma, right? He points that out. He was like, where he shows 2 clips where Edward Nygma from Batman the Animated Series, it says where, like, Edward Nygma's not his name, it's a pseudonym. And he writes it out as show for kids. You know, his name's not Edward Ashton. And then he shows the clip of Batman Forever where they take it seriously that his name's Edward Nygma, and it says, movie for adults. What fucking movie are you talking about that this is for adults? This movie was clearly made for kids, as was supposed to be all of these. So, when you turn around and be like, this is the adult version, no, it's not. Even
they made those. They're called the Nolan ones.
Yeah, those are the adult ones. These 4 are supposed to be kid films. Yeah, Batman Returns aside. That's a fetish movie. But, I don't know, that always bugged me. I'm like, do you not understand that this was not for adults at all? So stop judging it like it is based for adults. It's a kid's movie.
It's a guy running around in a rubber bat suit.
Yeah.
What part of that screams for adults?
Yeah, I don't understand. This is my favorite part of the whole damn thing. After seeing him in this film, record producer George Martin approached Jim Carrey about performing the song I Am the Walrus for his Beatles tribute album, In My Life. Carrey accepted. That's a thing. Yep, it exists. Jim Carrey singing I Am the Walrus.
Cuckoo Cachoo.
That's my favorite thing ever. Now, from awesome to heartbreaking. Frank Gorshin, who played the Riddler, the greatest villain on the 1966 Batman TV series.
Went out for the homie.
He was amazing. Frank Gorshin, in an interview, stated he did not enjoy Jim Carrey.